I've been thinking a lot about bees lately in the Elizabethan period because we've been working on a piece called "It Was a Time When Silly Bees Could Speak" by John Dowland. I'll talk more about that later, but first I wanted to share some fun facts about bees and how the Elizabethans understood them. So the most interesting thing is that back then they actually believed that it was a king who ran the hive. They still understood that there were lots of drones and different roles in the hive, but they thought it was a king, which is ironic because Queen Elizabeth would have loved the thought of it being a queen who was in charge. They actually didn't seriously propose that it was a queen until a man named Charles Butler, who was a vicar, an apiarist and a scientist. He wrote a book called The Feminine Monarchy, and that was in 1609, where he proposed it was a female queen. So despite that, in the Elizabethan time, they really sort of loved the symbolism of a harmonious society of bees who were industrious and then often represented the ideal monarchy with the drones who were always loyal. As far as other literature goes, they were represented in King Henry V, so again this political idea. Shakespeare described bees as a creature that by rule in nature teaches the act of order to a peopled kingdom. And then there were other representations where it was used to be Cupid, who was buzzing around like a bee, flitting from flower to flower, or using love's sting. In more practical terms, honey was widely believed to be quite medicinal. They used it in remedies, in cosmetics, and even in love potions. And wax was obviously used around the home. You have candles, and you even had wax being used in sealing royal documents. So the Elizabethans also loved sweets, so they really loved honey. We are particularly looking at this because we're performing a piece by Dowland, "It Was a Time When Silly Bees Could Speak." And in this song, the drone worker goes up to the king of bees and complains about his state in life. So it's very much used in a courtly way to represent the monarchy and say, but I've worked so hard and I deserve a reward.